Hello, Shreyans. How are you?
Good, Arjun. How are you?
Very good, very good. So, pleasure to have you on our podcast. This podcast is about impact startups, which actually have the potential to bring a big change in the industry or at an economic level or a societal level. So, we chose you to be a part of that because our ecosystem wants to know more about your product and your services. So, welcome, Shreyans Kokra. So, I will give you an introduction to my audience, who is Shreyans. So, Shreyans is a CFA charter holder and third generation textile entrepreneur from Surat, Gujarat, who transitioned from finance roles at Barclays Investment Bank and family businesses like Vishal Prints and Ambaji Dyeing to founding Canvaloop in 2017. With education from Babson College and Narsi Monji, he co-founded early ventures like Discountry and Brewside before leading Canvaloop as CEO since 2020, pioneering sustainable fibers from agro waste while appearing on Shark Tank India season 3. So these are the highlights that are something that are too formal for our conversation that is going to go forward from here. Uh, so we are going to have a normal conversation. We'll ask you some basic questions, and it will be a natural movement to all the questions, and everything will be covered that way, right?
Perfect.
So, what is Canva Loop, and what brought this shift in your thinking to move to Canva Loop from a career which was totally opposite to what you're doing right now?
Yeah. So, firstly, coming to what is Canvaloop, right? So, we are like very simply a materials company that
Right.
is currently making sustainable textile materials from agriculture waste,
Right.
right? So the idea is largely to substitute more water and carbon consuming raw materials in the textile industry to more sustainable options.
Hmm.
Uh, how did I come upon this is a sort of a longish story, right? So as you rightly mentioned, right, I'm primarily from a finance background and was working there in the finance field. And as a natural progression, I wanted to do a master's in entrepreneurship from US and get into sort of the US fintech ecosystem. So that was the uh, like plan that I had in mind.
Hmm.
And for that, I joined Babson's master's in entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
And there, for the first time on the college campus, I think I was exposed to the concepts of sustainability, of circularity. This is back in 2016, 17. Uh, and being from Surat, living all around textiles and being from a textile manufacturing family, never really, I think I thought about that angle. I think sustainability now is a well-known concept among the general public, but at that time it was something fairly new for me.
Hmm.
And that sort of uh, like triggered a change saying that this is something that is also of great potential and that gets me back home as well in Surat where I
Hmm.
always wanted to be, right? So
Right.
so sort of marrying the two because previous to that, right, textile is a boring sector.
Hmm.
Like I would say the hyper growth phases are over in the 70s and 80s. Now it's more of a constant ROI kind of a business that you had that kind of a mindset. But this was one thing that I think both from the environmental sustainability point and in my head from a commercial scalability point was the right sort of junction, and that's how the company actually started. If I pitched this idea in my college, and we worked on it as a team for around 8-10 months before actually launching it back here in India.
Hmm. So when you were in college,
Yeah.
so who were all the co-founders who worked with you? Were you on your own presenting the idea? Were there other people with you?
So the way the course was structured was that everyone in the class pitched an idea, and the
Right.
top eight ideas were selected, and then you formed a team around it and worked on that for the entire year. And that was probably half of our total grading, right? So it was a very, I would say, hands-on experience. So yeah, we were given a team of three people,
Hmm.
like me and three other people. We worked jointly on the problem.
Mm.
But like I was very adamant from the very beginning that this is not something that I'm doing for a college project. That we I do want to carry it forward, and yeah, that's how it was. So none of the other people are continuing on the same journey who were
Right.
part of the team there, right?
Right. Right. So, okay. So now let's move forward to what experiences in early ventures like Discountree or Brewside prepared you for building a product. So, was there any learnings from there that also got used in this one?
Yeah, I think a lot of learnings, right? Discountree we did back in 2012, 2013 in second year undergrad, uh, where we made a physical card. And
Hmm.
the idea was very similar to what you have, like something like a Zomato Gold right now, right?
Right.
That you college students could present that card at multiple restaurants in Mumbai and get a flat 15% discount.
Hmm.
Uh, and then at that time, if you remember, there was this app transition happening on the global scale. So we wanted to convert that our card into an app, and that's how Discountree was born. One major learning was without a tech founder, you cannot get anything
Yeah,
done,
correct.
right? So
Correct, correct, correct.
uh, we were three people already, but we were all from like either finance or marketing, right? No one
Hmm.
actually. So we outsourced all of that, and ultimately didn't work out. And then we realized, right, the core tech
Hmm.
needs to be in-house, right?
Right.
Uh, with other ventures, right? Probably left them too early, right? Two
Right.
years in the pipeline, right? So I think conviction and just that haze that
Hmm.
startups need to move fast
Hmm.
and everything is happening overnight and this is a 2 year work that is leading to success. All those myths were broken in the
Right.
previous ventures, right? So this is what I've been doing for now 7, 8 years, and yeah, a very good place to be.
So let me know the whole process of your making a textile, right?
Yeah.
So what is the whole process? How is it sustainable? What are the parts of that product?
Sure. So, like as you know, our raw material is agriculture waste. So whatever is left on the field,
Right.
post the fruit or the seed or whatever valuable is picked off, right? So we take that leftover. Typically, it's a stem, right? Stem. It is pre-processed near the field in sort of a collection center that we make, where the woody portions and the water weight is removed, right? Because we don't want to transport unnecessarily a lot of water weight and other
Right.
impurities, right? And then basic pre-processing, it comes to our facility, like a
Right.
centralized processing facility. And then we do like a three-step process. The idea is to mimic the physical and chemical properties of cotton. So
Right.
how can on a molecular scale, how close can we get to cotton with minimal processing? We
Mm.
always have the larger regeneration, polymerization kind of route, which are again the process is
Mm.
energy intensive.
Mm.
So with minimal processing, how do you get closer to cellulosic cotton? And so we do a minimal first, I think, cleaning, which is just mechanical cleaning of the fiber strand,
Mm.
followed by chemical process where again we're not touching the cellulose at all. We're just removing the waxes around it. So not breaking the cellulosic chain. It's nature's own cellulosic chain.
Mm.
And then thirdly, we do an enzymatic process which softens the material so that ultimately when it gets converted to a shirt like what I'm wearing, the consumer must feel soft, like must feel good while wearing that.
Mm.
So yeah, in a sense, this is what we do at the facility. Yes.
Okay. How long has this startup been? And
So we formally registered in 2020.
right.
Uh,
Right.
I have been working on this since, as I mentioned, since my master's, that's
Right.
2017, but we formally registered in 2020.
Right. Right. So looking at the whole process, what were the challenges in creating that value chain for yourself in India?
So it's right whenever you deal with a physical product and especially that also in a decentralized setup, it is
Right.
very difficult, right? For us, I think one real challenge that we realized later was that we were building the whole three blocks of
Mm. Hmm.
of the business, right?
Hmm.
There was no sourcing infrastructure. We had to build the sourcing infrastructure. There was no technology. That is what we built, and there was no demand as well, right?
Hmm.
So we had to build all the three things from scratch. So yeah, it was like I think in the initial years we did a lot of false runs. We also got a lot of, I would say, initial spike in demand that was not sustainable from a
Hmm.
business standpoint from on a long run. So yeah, a lot of learnings and a lot of, I would say, a process that takes its own time because we're dealing with the physical goods in the physical world, right? It's not something that can be mimicked overnight. I cannot go from 1 to 100 in a month, right?
Hmm.
So yes, anything specific that you want to know because there are a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
things
yeah. So the
in
specific part of it is where is your market? So for example,
there.
from your value chain, anything from the, so if I want to ask you, where are your farmers based out of? So are you nationally sourcing the materials or are you getting
Yeah.
it locally in Gujarat, and how are you doing it? What are the logic?
So we do want to minimize the transportation, but
Right.
we also do source from other states, right?
Hmm.
Because we need very particular kind of agri waste, right? So I
Right.
cannot take in any waste and give you the same output. So
Right.
depending upon various quality characteristics, plus also the fact that where there are larger farmer holdings, right, it becomes
Hmm.
easier for us because the crop is more uniform. It
Hmm.
takes less amount of effort to collect the crop.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
based on those factors, we do collect from neighboring states. We collect as far as from Assam,
Okay.
right? So depending on the crop, but yeah, trying to get most of the things as locally as possible.
So your logistics is already sorted. You've been doing that for a long time to source from the
Uh,
country, or are you still in
we
the
we
process?
have transitioned. We are transitioning to India sourcing since the
Hmm.
past 3 years.
Hmm.
Again, like the first year, it was we were setting up the systems, we were knowing how things actually work on the ground. But now we are more or less we know how things work, and we are in the transition process. So probably it will take a couple of years more, and we'll completely shift to domestic raw material.
Right, right. So tell me about hemp loop, ban loop, and pine loop. What
Yeah.
are these? So let's get into the details of the product.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hemploop is a fiber that is made. Fiber is something like this, right? Which is
Right.
similar to cotton,
Okay.
which is made from the waste of the hemp crop.
Hmm.
So hemp crop, which is grown for say food or medicine or any other purpose, we take the leftover stem, convert it into a textile grade fiber,
Hmm.
which is in terms of feel and texture very close to cotton and linen.
Hmm.
Coming to Bangalore, it is made from discarded banana stems. So after three harvests, the banana stem is typically thrown away
Hmm.
or burnt. So we take that, convert that into textile grade fibers. Again, that can be converted to apparel. Uh,
Hmm.
and similarly, pine loop is from leftover pineapple leaves.
Right.
So the long leaves that you get. So when the crop is cultivated, the pineapple crop, the weight of the leaf is equal to the weight of the fruit. So if you're getting a 2 kg fruit from the crop, you're also getting 2 kgs of leaves, which are again typically burnt away or discarded. So we take that, convert that into textiles.
Okay. So who's your customer currently in India, or are you
So
also delivering across the world? And who
yeah,
are those? What
so
are some
most
names? Yeah.
see we are at the raw material stage.
Right.
We were actually, I would say, at the raw material stage in the
Yeah.
value chain. So
Right.
our ultimate consumer customer is the brand.
Hmm.
Uh, so I would say all of the leading brands would have used our materials to some extent, right? Be
Hmm.
it Levi's, Target, uh,
Hmm.
maybe not directly through us, but through
Hmm.
our value chain.
Hmm.
Uh, our immediate customer is the textile mills
Hmm.
who convert these materials into finished garments. So
Hmm.
be it spinners, weavers, or garmenters, these are our immediate customers. Uh, I think till last year, all of our customers, most of our customers were domestic.
Hmm.
And now we are again, like as we are expanding capacity, also exploring some other international markets, primarily in Asia, in other Indian subcontinental countries.
So what was your B2B ARR, if you have some numbers about it? So basically, what was your last year's or last quarter, maybe in performance of sales?
So we are at a 1 crore MRR, I think,
Okay.
since past couple of years.
Right.
This year, our new facility is going to be up and running.
Okay.
At that, we expect to be at least between 8 to 10 crore MRR. So that's a big jump in capacity that we're
Right.
doing.
Right. And you also said that we were B2B, we also are D2C. So give us
No,
some
not really D2C, right?
Okay.
But we were previously just doing fibers, which is the first stage of raw
Right.
material, right?
Right.
But in the last 1 year, we have also transitioned to doing yarns and fabrics
Hmm.
because post Shark Tank and post all the awareness, a lot of mid-sized brands started to contact us, right?
Hmm.
Mid-sized D2C brands, and they typically cannot work from fiber,
Correct.
right? It's the larger devices of the world that can
Hmm.
work with the fiber stage.
Hmm.
So based on the market pull, and we said no for a very long time,
Hmm.
but then we realized that we are like better off doing it actually. So we are now like directly dealing with a lot of mid-sized D2C brands. Like in the coming year, you will see a lot of your favorite D2C brands launching like a co-branded collection with Canvaloop.
Interesting, interesting. So give us your experience of Shark Tank and how pre-Shark Tank and post-Shark Tank, what is your business as, what was the impact of it?
So it was a great experience,
Right.
first of all, right?
Right.
And the impact, I think, as most people, most founders would say, is more on the credibility front, right?
Hmm.
Especially for us being a core B2B business, right?
Hmm.
Our sales are not directly affected.
Hmm.
Will not see a spike in sales when the episode is aired. But
Hmm.
yes, there is what would have taken us say 5 6 years to bring about that awareness was brought
Hmm.
about in a month.
Right.
So definitely brings in a lot of credibility now when we go to companies, right? Especially in India, we
Hmm.
most of them have at least seen our page or know that we did a page, and it becomes easier, right? The business definitely becomes
Right.
easier.
Right. Right. And now tell me, what is your size of the company? So how many people in your company? How many?
So we have around 8 people who are at managerial roles, like
Hmm.
at the office,
Hmm.
and we have around 32 people on the shop floor. That includes at the pre-processing facility, processing facility, and then we have, although not on our payroll, we have around I think around 1,000 farmers now that we work with.
Right.
So we consider them part of the team.
And as
Yes.
you told me, these are basically based out of Assam or Gujarat and
Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, because we are like Surat is
right,
at a point where we are bordering both
right,
Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra,
right.
and some of it from Assam as well. Yes.
So, what is your profitability ratios? Anything you want to talk about your profitability, where your company stands at this moment? Is it profitable or is it looking to get profitable, or where are
Yeah.
you at this moment? What are your books
Uh,
say?
so see, from the very beginning, our product pricing has been such that we are above break even always. We are
Always.
not
Okay.
at our scale. We are not making
Hmm.
high EBITDA or PAT, but we
Right.
have never had a
Right.
year with a negative EBITDA as well, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
because our product pricing is simply built in a way that it covers all of our costs.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, always been break even positive. From when we do start our larger facility in the third quarter of this year, I think then is when you will see
Hmm.
large EBITDA positive numbers
Amazing.
and
Amazing.
PAT positive numbers. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So your logistics is solved from the upstream value chain, and also the downstream value chain also is right now for you fully structured. Looking at that, give us an understanding of what is your roadmap for the 1 year. I think that the only roadmap that defines you currently and grows you up is in the new factory that is coming up, right? And how
Correct.
do you manage the capital for it? How do you manage the capital?
So we've raised a round of funding. We
Hmm.
closed in December 25.
Right.
That's around 13.5 crores in equity, and then we have around 10 crores in debt. Because I said we have always been
Right. Right.
PAT positive for the past 3 4 years.
Right.
So around 10 crores in traditional banking debt. So we have around, yeah, good chunk of money to start a new facility.
Right. Amazing. So, if you know my audience, so my audience will be investment funds, HNIs, as well as institutional funds. Apart from that, we will also have students of entrepreneurial programs, and we will also have people in the mentorship and the ecosystem of enabling companies and startups, right? So,
Okay.
looking at this audience, what is your ask from the video? So keep it as just define who
Okay.
would you like to talk to. Don't worry about it. It's a straightforward question and very to the point
Yeah.
and shrewd answer that I'm expecting out of this. So give us
Yes.
something that which audience would you like to talk to first, and what is your ask from them?
Uh,
A difficult
I
question,
think
yes, but yeah,
yeah, the
it is. I'll
audience
bring a
I
cute
would like
exercise
to
early.
talk to, the
Okay.
audience I would like to talk to is
Yes.
primarily my customers, right? People who
Right.
are from the fashion industry, are from the
Okay.
textile ecosystem. I know there
Okay.
are millions in the country, right?
Mhm.
I think for us, sales is the best form of fundraise, is what we
Right.
totally believe, right?
Right.
So people who can join us in our journey, make the world more
Right.
sustainable
Right.
through our offerings. That is
Right.
the audience we want to speak to. And yeah, I think the simple conversation is, let's talk. We'll figure out a way to collaborate.
Amazing, amazing. So, looking at your story, one more thing is that if I were to ask you about resilience, this is one
Yes.
question I ask everyone. So,
Yeah.
overall, give us an understanding of how do you define resilience? Looking at your journey, just pick it up from
I think it
anywhere. Yeah.
is resilience is, I think, a quiet
Hmm.
understanding that no matter what happens, you are walking the path.
Hmm.
And I think it's just getting up and doing what you do every day, because
Hmm.
actions are under your control and results are not. So I think that understanding, and that I don't think it is something loud or something that needs to be broadcasted. It is something that you need to have if you want to be
Hmm.
an entrepreneur, or I would say like a great or a good human in general.
Right, right. So every morning is a new morning. So
Yes,
everything that happens in the last day is can be all negative can be left in the last day. So great.
correct.
So
Yeah.
looking at your brand, I will. There are some contacts in my ecosystem who are importers of machines from China and Surat, which is
Okay.
textile machines. If that is some value to you, I would love to connect you on LinkedIn for with them. If that is one value chain that can connect you to other parts of the ecosystem, I could connect you with them. Apart from that, obviously, amazing to know your story and know what your impact is in the textile industry. And textile is one thing that is now at an annual where you are sitting at the right point for the right growth that is going to happen.
Correct.
Industry is showing its mega movement, and you are a part of that journey. So currently, but it has not been for him a journey which was just about following the wind, right? It was
Yeah.
majorly about when he started, it was changing the perception about how to build textile, how to create a brand out of something which is sustainable and find a gap in the industry was the biggest part that he found. So this is where he stands with Canvaloop. Shreyans Kokra is an amazing achiever in his business, and we would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
however you can use my ecosystem, please, your
Definitely.
place to use. Right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shreyans.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure having you. Pleasure.
Same here. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Impact Tech Studio podcast. Shreyans's journey shows how innovation and sustainability can come together to reshape traditional industries. Through Canvaloop, he is transforming agricultural waste into sustainable textile fibers, proving that impactful ideas can also build scalable businesses. If you enjoyed this conversation, subscribe on Spotify and YouTube, share it with your network, and stay tuned for more founders building meaningful impact. Until next time, keep building with purpose.